Cancer can hit anybody. It's predicted now that 1 out of every 2 men and 1 out of every 3 women in the United States will have some kind of cancer in their lifetime.
As a cancer survivor, I knew that there was much more that needed to happen after that last day of treatment. If I'd had a heart attack or a stroke or even a broken leg, that I would be entitled to some kind of rehabilitation, maybe even 12 weeks of rehabilitation. We put together in a notebook the beginnings of A Time to Heal based on stacks and stacks of research articles that we had read, with the thought that we would just bring something to cancer survivors in Omaha and see if it was helpful for them.
I was terrified when I was diagnosed, terrified. Pregnant, have a 13-centimeter tumor, get this thing out. And really, for me, it was, how am I gonna get this baby healthy? How am I gonna get this baby out and healthy?
They suspected I had prostate cancer, and because my father had that, we had done biopsies and other tests for 1.5 years. I started bleeding sometime after that, and it was determined that it wasn't prostate problems, it was problems from cancer of the rectum. I knew everything was going to change, and I mean everything.
I had dealt with 2 of my aunts that had breast cancer, and one of them, I took care of her, so I saw what she was going through. I saw what she looked like. I thought, you know what, I'm just going to do everything in my power to go as aggressive as I possibly could to get rid of this.
It was about 2.5 years after my initial diagnosis that my doctor said the leukemia had returned. And I was just surprised that it was back because I felt fine. I wasn't sick like I was before.
My children meant so much to me, and I did not want them to live without a mom.
The mission of A Time to Heal is to help cancer survivors create their best lives. And we believe that your best life means that you're as healthy as you can possibly be, you're optimistic, you have ways of coping with stress, and you have goals and a vision for the future.
You meet this amazing group of like-lifed individuals who have been through all of this crazy chaos. You think at the time your chaos has to be hopefully the only one out there.
You're just another person collected with other people that are trying to be good caregivers, and what does that mean? But at the same time, be learning about different ways to cope with it individually, and then of course making connections with other people where outside of A Time to Heal you could still keep working with them as you needed support.
You can describe chemo all day long to someone who's never had it, and they're not going to be able to relate to it. 10 seconds with another chemo patient, and you're hitting pay dirt because they know exactly what you're talking about, exactly what you're feeling.
It was a hug. It was a hug. You're tired, you're thinking, oh my gosh, I'm not going to go to this. But every week I was there, and I am so glad I was.
And I loved that you could try all these different things from this gigantic toolbox, as I like to call it, because they did give you so many different things to choose from, and see what works for you, like visualization, meditation. And I think the more that you tell yourself that everything's going to be okay, the more that you believe it, and the more that it becomes.
Even though every single human being is at a different place in their journey, there's something about getting together and talking about it and learning about it and practicing the techniques that we give people that really seems to move people forward. And I love that.
Our first intention was just to bring the program right here to our patients in Omaha. And now we've served people all across the country. We have so many different programs, and we've got the research to prove that these programs are actually helping people. It's pretty amazing.